Hey, hi Vinay. So we'll today go what we have built so far for the FinFlow. So let's say imagine you're a treasury analyst, okay, and it's already 8 a.m. and your CFO wants a consolidated view on the closing balances across 6 banks and 12 business units by 9. Okay, so now the files are scattered across all SharePoint sites in different formats, and nobody also have flagged that one account has already breached its threshold yesterday, right? This is not something hypothetical, but it happens every day in a finance teams across the world. So today, let's fix this. How did we fix this? Over to you, Vinay.
Thank you, Radha. Good morning, judges. And what did we do? We tried to fix this problem by creating an AI-powered FinFlow treasury agent. So what it does, it basically pulls data from SharePoint and it aggregates everything based upon the time range you give. For instance, let's say for last 7 days, and it not only analyzes all the files, it basically takes action at the end and looks for all the breaches, possible breaches, and then it alerts the leadership and even it creates the manual tasks. And I know you're excited like I am, and we can't wait to see this in demo. And the beautiful part is here, there is no manual downloads of all the Excel files or CSVs, and there is no spreadsheet gymnastics. You will only get the answers in seconds. This is the design, but I will come to this design in the next step. But let's see this in action. And here, what we are doing is, this is my liquidity agent, and all I am trying is, I just want to get the reports for last 7 days. So I'm typing my prompt in very plain, simple English, get the insights for last 7 days. So it tries to digest it and then takes the necessary actions. What it is doing now, let's see from this diagram. So here we are using the Copilot Agent as a front door. It calls one of the Azure functions called aggregate SP to live SharePoint data. The function resolves the data folder, loads statement rows, and hands them to our aggregation pipeline, which computes the rolling averages, detects variance, and also applies threshold values. And at the end, it basically returns a clean JSON response back to SharePoint. Sorry, back to Copilot. But for SharePoint, we are using the client ID, client secret, the MSAL with the client ID and client secret. And we are also calling graph, Microsoft Graph, to locate and read the files to cache them locally so that the subsequent calls are faster. Again, the whole thing is serverless and stateless, and it deploys to Azure in one single command. So as you see, the agent is still getting processed, but if you see at the end, you are getting a clean JSON format, and you are seeing some possible threshold here, and it also detected some breaches. So, and what it does, the final actions it took, it says that leadership has been alerted and a planner task review has been created. Let's see. So if you see, there is a planner task. Let's refresh this planner board so that I can get the actions. And you see there is something which needs to be taken care. So you can assign it to the possible parties so that they can start working. As well as you can see in the chat that the Teams channel has been alerted with a nice adapter card format, with a nice adapter card. So this concludes my demo, and for the next steps, I would like my fellow teammate Radha to close this presentation. Over to you, Radha.
Sure, Vinay. Thanks for the Very wonderful demo. So now, what's the impact that we are achieving here, Vinay? So we are, giving analysts morning time back to them, and which takes around 45 or 50 minutes by pulling these files manually from SharePoints and building the pivot tables and checking thresholds. It's not single, effort that takes in 30 to 1 hour also sometimes, right? So we are giving their time back with a single prompt from the Copilot. And along with that, what also we are offering is real-time alerts that always, operation teams might look into the things. So yeah, again, this is not a prototype and it is already deployed and it is ready, Vinay. So it's ready for production. You just go and deploy and it will like a boom. So yeah.
And also, just keep that in mind. This is an application which can be deployed across the Microsoft Teams channels, or you can deploy this as a Copilot chat, and you can distribute across the organization. So that concludes our presentation, and thank you so much for your time. And please, we look forward for any feedback. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Radha.
Thank you.